Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
It's a political hot potato that's very difficult for anyone to take a stand on, but I think we can agree, whether you're on the political right or the political left, we want and desire safety for our students.
Students who survived the recent school shooting in Parkland, Florida, say they will organize a march in Washington next month. It's the March for Our Lives movement.
However, one group from the political left is urging students to walk out of class on March 14th in an attempt for further action following the most recent tragedy.
Valley News Team's Rose Itzkovitz asked, will these plans finally catalyze a difference?
It's alarming for school officials, for teachers, for parents, and I think even for students to recognize that, you know, this is a reality in this country that seems to be happening more and more often.
While school officials like Morgan Fornes may fear this new reality, groups like Women's March say they hope to reverse it by asking students, teachers, school administrators, parents, and allies to walk out of schools across the nation for 17 minutes this March 14th. But student Eponine Gallego says she needs more information before interrupting her class time.
I don't like to just do things just because, but
the Texas native says she doesn't want to see people's guns taken away.
It's not the gun that kills a person, it's the person that kills a person.
But she says she would like to see some action.
Just adding more security to buildings, like metal detectors, I think that'll help.
So she might partake in the walkout if it will make a difference. And I asked North Dakota legislator Carla Rose Hansen just that. Will a walkout like the one planned spark a change?
The walkout can be one part of advocacy. I think it is a good start.
Meanwhile, School Superintendent Morgan Fornes says administrators won't dismiss school for the protest.
And
but
you know, you got to credit these kids for potentially speaking out and taking action.
He says they'll support students who are interested in partaking. Rose Itzkovitz, Valley News Live.
And the March for Our Lives organization says their march is being organized by surviving students of Parkland, Florida. They say they are separate from the Women's March school walkout on March 14th, but want to support each other. Indivisible FM says it's still working out details for the local walkout here in our area.
Last week's mass shooting in Florida made mental health a national talking point, begging the question, when can health providers break confidentiality? In North Dakota, providers are required to contact law enforcement if a patient expresses imminent harm to another person. So what does that mean? Well, that interpretation depends on who you ask. A provider needs concrete evidence of imminent harm and cannot break confidentiality for an assumption. But some health officials say the country's attitude toward mental health is changing.
I think that the more we can have open conversations about these topics, the better we're going to be able to catch problems and get people the help that they need before it's too late.
According to the National Conference of State Legislatures, North Dakota is one of 4 states that doesn't have a duty to warn law.
There's more snow in the forecast. In fact, that's it right now. It's in parts of our viewing area. Hutch, what's going on out there?
Well, you are looking at our brand new addition to the Storm Team Skycam network. This camera located on the South Dakota border at Dakota Magic Casino. Exit 1. Now that's the I-29 corridor. A lot of snow and the wind causing it to become blurry out there. Look at the snow passing by the light. So it's already accumulated to 1 inch or more in and around Sisseton, and it's going to continue into the overnight. We have a winter weather advisory. Fargo, Moorhead, Valley City, Ellendale, points south and east. Bemidji, you're in it as well. Here's a look at the snow right now. Not really the main event, but we're getting started early, and it's going to continue through the evening hours. From Ellendale through Foreman and the Southern Valley and Richland County, seeing some moderate to heavy snow, as you saw on the Dakota Magic Casino. Camera up into Lakes Country, Pelican Rapids, Detroit Lakes. Hour-by-hour forecast, steady temperatures, steady and gusty winds, and accumulating snow by morning that could have some of us driving through 3 to 6 inches of snow. I'll have hour-by-hour details on how much you can expect, but it's going to be a bigger deal in our southern and eastern counties than up north and west.
Sure like the idea we have another eye out there, especially on a night like this.
Yes, heading south or toward the Twin Cities, there's some pretty nasty conditions. More on that in a minute.
All right, thanks.
You bet.
The Minnesota State Patrol says there were 119 crashes, 59 spinouts just this morning as a winter snow system moved through the state, dropping snow and freezing rain. Authorities said that 10 of the incidents involved injuries, although none was serious or fatal. Travel conditions were expected to be difficult throughout this afternoon as much of the state is under a winter weather advisory.
A heads up for drivers to be cautious when snow plows are out clearing the roads after a car crashed into a snow plow on I-29 in Grand Forks County yesterday afternoon. Authorities say the plow was going south in the left-hand lane when a pickup rear-ended the plow in whiteout conditions. The Highway Patrol says 3 people in the pickup from Kindred were taken to a hospital, all with injuries that are not life-threatening. The crash remains under investigation by the North Dakota Highway Patrol, which reminds drivers to use extreme caution and reduce speed when driving in poor visibility or whiteout conditions.
A survey of North Dakota high school students shows the use of electronic cigarettes, or e-cigs, is surging among young people. The Youth Tobacco Survey says that the number of teens using e-cigs at least once in the past 30 days increased from 1.6% in 2011 to about 19% last year. The number of young people who've tried vaping increased from 4.5% in 2011 to about 39% last year. A youth risk behavioral survey found that 20.6% of North Dakota high school students use e-cigarettes. The program director for tobacco prevention and control with the state health department says kids who will never touch a regular cigarette will try vaping.
Former Vice President Joe Biden will headline the North Dakota Democratic NPL convention next month. Biden is also appearing on behalf of Senator Heidi Heitkamp as she seeks re-election to a second 6-year term. The convention in Grand Forks is scheduled for March 15th through the 18th. Biden will speak on March 17th. The former vice president has said he will keep his options open as he considers a run for president in 2020.
Kids and adults are missing school and work because of the cold and flu season that's going around. Doctors are saying that the cold and flu germs are found not just in public areas, but on everyday items like your computer or your phone. They suggest a regular wash of hands with soap and warm water to help fight the germs. If you or your family has influenza, its symptoms involve more muscle pain, fever, and can escalate if you don't see a doctor. Speaking of that, doctors say about 25% of the patients they are seeing in the FM area are coming in with influenza.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, a young kid is in the fight of his life and still trying to do what normal 10-year-old boys do. An update on Landon Solberg's battle.
Up next, trouble for some drivers who decided to step on the gas in their fancy sports cars.